Hey guys, what is up? Kevincage back with another daily cryptocurrency video. Like and sub if you like what you see, and let's get right into the information today. So to kick things off, a Ripple investor sells all of his cryptocurrency holdings as he quits on XRP. I don't know why he would finally quit when we are around the all-time low for the year. Remember, you want to buy low, sell high, but I guess this guy learned to buy high and sell low, not really understanding why he needed that money. Remember, not financial advice, and you should always only invest what you're willing to lose, and you only really lose money if you sell at a loss. I've never sold at a loss. I simply hold, and these prices will always fluctuate, and even if you didn't understand the technology, I don't understand why a person wouldn't just hold unless you needed the money. And again, you shouldn't be investing in the first place. So first things off, with Ant just talking about this, I just feel sorry for you because, everyone's saying, oh, XRP is not performing. Again, this is the entire cryptocurrency market for this year. We are in 2 years of consolidation. 2017, everyone seems to forget XRP was the #1 performing asset. What's going to happen? I don't think this is going to age well for, the guy that sold. And so again, not financial advice, but in a few years, I just, want to say sorry. But again, I don't really feel bad for people that do this, because it's their own decision. All right, so here we go. I am Legion. This is a great thread. I just want to go over this. This is speculative. I know a lot of you have seen it, but I want to get this out there for any newcomers as well in this space, and it's just a good reminder during this bear market. So right here in all of these videos, I know the Digital Asset Investor has talked about this, made a great video on YouTube, and it's, again, the digital asset that must not be named. And it's true. All of these institutions, all of these trading platforms, all of these government, organizations do not name XRP, yet they talk about the exact pain point that's today. This is not just another digital asset that was just made up and got crowdfunded. This is a multi-billion-dollar private company started off as a startup with tight connections to the central banks in Silicon Valley. I mean, we're talking about, since 2012. The CTO, currently, David Schwartz, was the first one to patent blockchain technology in 1988 before internet. And again, he worked for the NSA on all of this. I just don't understand, you guys are, looking at some fancy computer programmers, but I'm looking at the fundamentals and people with a true team, with board of directors that are connected to Swift and R3 and BNY Mellon and Citibank, all these huge groups. Excuse me for that tongue twister. But so even right here in this video for eToro discussing, they're talking about, sending data and, value today. So imagine sending an email and it took 2 whole days to send, and you had to pay $1 per email sent. That seemed ridiculous. Why does data move seamlessly? And why can't we send money or value when it should, work the same way today instead of 3 to 5 days? There's a 6% error rate. There's massive fees when you're moving cross-border. It's not real time. And the goal is to move cross-border in real time, costing almost zero. And that's literally what he says verbatim. And if you haven't noticed, that's Ripple's entire mission statement. Bullish. eToro will be listing XRP just like TD Ameritrade. Bank of America, again, the future of money. This is Mark Carney as well talking about this. We know their ties to Ripple and RippleNet. He's extremely bullish. We have IMF, Christine Lagarde, the CEO or, director of the International Monetary Fund, talking about this. Again, she acknowledges Ripple time and time again is a great private financial technology company doing great things for cross-border payments. She's talking, about disruptors shaking the system in the cryptocurrency space. We must consider, though, a few things, such as trust and stability of the system, so that it's not too disrupted and so that the system just doesn't fall over entirely. And they want to, gradually do it so the system can adjust accordingly to these disruptors. And she's happy for these, disruptors in the fintech industry because it's necessary to evolve. We need regulation, though, for these large disruptors, for different large groups first, so that they can be fully trusted. She name drops Ripple a fair amount. She's trying to seem as unbiased as possible, but in my opinion, she shared the stage with Brad Garlinghouse a lot as well. It's hard, because you can tell who the true winners are in this space. All right. And again, something interesting, even in, I'm forgetting, it was a country in Africa, they even allowed a telecom industry, they sold the telecom industry a banking license. We're seeing all kinds of innovation take place here. Next, again, this is a cool TED Talk. Highly recommend checking it out. I'll probably, do some, I'll do a synopsis in the future and paraphrase it. But again, just talking about, blockchain, it's here, the underlying technology of cryptocurrencies. But again, we still need cryptocurrencies in order to send value. all thanks to cryptography. There's no more having to rely on these middlemen, these intermediaries that, there comes with authentication, there comes with trust, there comes with time to process all of this. It can be peer-to-peer, truly fast. It's a peer-to-peer decentralized economy. And then, talking about smart contracts for true automation for all of these processes. Just so many benefits. And again, right here, even the Fed, potential Federal Reserve actions to support interbank settlements of faster payments. Remember, interbank, between bank settlements, the only way to truly settle payments, the fastest way known is XRP, period. You have to send an agnostic asset between two different banks. Whether JP Morgan has their own coin and Goldman Sachs has their own coin, they can have their JP Morgan coin, the JPM coin, and when Goldman Sachs finally develops their own digital currency, their own, CBDC or central bank digital currency, like a lot of organizations, central banks, and countries are even doing for their own native asset, they still need an agnostic bridge asset. This is why I'm bullish. They're solving all of these problems that Ripple has been working on since 2012 because they saw the trends, and they've been submitting and working with this since I've seen documentation, submitting to the central bank and SWIFT and all these groups, and even, the federal task force and Federal Reserve, back to like 2015 and 2014. They're well connected. We got SWIFT. They are the main player today. If Ripple, took over or partnered with SWIFT, it's 11,000 partners of the globe today, over $1 quadrillion submitted. It's game over. Even if Ripple acquires 1%, 5%, 10% of their customer base, when everything's rolled out, XRP's price will skyrocket to accommodate for that volume. This is why I'm so bullish. Again, this is back in 2018. The future of correspondent banking, cross-border payments, Swift Institute. So we can see here, we got Ripple right here, Marcus Treacher and Ryan Zagone. And I mean, Ripple's named with a lot of these big guys like BNY Mellon, Citibank, Earthport, of course, Bank of England again. I mean, they're already tightly connected. It's just unbelievable. People don't really see these connections. And this is what I'm referring to as, you can argue this is not fundamentals per se, but this is what I call fundamentals. I am, again, it's all hypothetical, but I'm basically drawing conclusions from the data at hand. All right, Instamatch Global. I know you guys have seen this. This has been viral for a while. Global intraday money market solution, as we can see here, talking about DLT-enabled trading interface, coupling the decentralized app or distributed app, DApp or DApp, with the latest settlement API, R3 Settler, with XRP as the first settlement mechanism of R3. R3, a lot of the board of directors are on Swift as well. It is just unbelievable to see the connections, and I believe that Swift will either partner with Ripple, but it's more likely that they will end up partnering with R3. And even if they don't want to, it doesn't really matter. They honestly don't have the funds that Ripple has anyways. And I know Swift has the customer share, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I still believe that they're going to be using R3 and use the Corda Settler to settle with XRP. Again, it's agnostic and so many benefits here. And as you can see, different benefits listed below: high speed of payments necessary for intraday trades. And we simply need to be able to send value as much as, or as easily and seamlessly as we send data today. Right here, huge bank. Again, we talked about this. Jack the Rippler just sharing this a while ago, back in June. And Brad Garlinghouse is literally just talking. This is what he says. He literally says he's talking to one of the largest global money center banks in the planet. They're discussing XCurrent, one of Ripple's products that does not use XRP. It's one of the basic products that gets them into using XRP with XRapid. And the guy straight up interrupts him to strictly just talk about XRP, using it in Peru, where they have a major pain point for that corridor. They want settlement instantaneously, whether it's 2 seconds or 3 minutes versus having to wait 3 to 5 days. And, Brad Garlinghouse was just being polite and, thinking that we need to work on XCurrent to roll it out gradually, let everyone get comfortable, let regulations come. But now they're actually pushing him to talk about it. He literally acknowledges that the other products in the marketplace today, like Swift, does not solve the problem at hand, but XRP, the digital asset, will. I don't even like calling XRP a cryptocurrency. It's out of its, it's a utility token. It's truly a decentralized digital asset, becoming more and more decentralized by the day, whereas Bitcoin is becoming more and more centralized with all these massive mining pools, all these miners teaming up in China. 51% attacks are more and more likely, and all it takes is money to take control of the network, whereas XRP, with various nodes all the time, it's becoming more and more decentralized. The escrow amount that Ripple holds is used to expand the ecosystem, and it's not always going back to Ripple, just so you know. It's used to grow the system, build that good foundation before actually laying the concrete and building the skyscraper. All right, so again, using XRP in Peru, for example, for this huge pain point for this global money center bank, they'll no longer have to hold all these Nostro and Vostro accounts in other countries. So they don't have to have all of the trillions of dollars sitting idle, dormant capital doing nothing just in case to satisfy their liquidity needs. All right. So with that, they don't have to worry about, any more compliance risks, inflation, etc. And as you can see, Brad Garlinghouse is getting confident as ever. I'm so bullish, guys. And like, for any of you that are not willing to hold long term, get out of here. Just sell. There's 2,000 other projects. You can say this is gambling, but I'm following the facts, and I'm willing to literally lose it all to have everything. And again, I think a lot of you in this market probably have addictive personalities like myself, but I love the technology and I'm very excited. Again, this video, we've talked about this gentleman from Ripple literally saying recently they're working with 50 central banks. We used to think it was only, 15. So like acknowledging that. 50 central banks, I might add. And again, working with 50 governments. August 8th, and again, XRP shared this. August 8th, digital currency regulation around the world. Ripple's global head of government relations, Michelle Bond, is talking about this. And here's the quote. It was all over online. If you saw the videos, you can find it quickly. We're actively engaging with 50 governments around the world, and I think regulators are hearing us. It's because they're not trying to break the system. They're trying to help a real pain point today. All right. Now, who is powerful enough to silence so many people, companies, and why so many NDAs, non-disclosure agreements? Only about 54 partners disclosed out of the 200 plus. Makes you really wonder what's going on here. Now, I know this is a lot of speculation. I know I'll have plenty of Bitcoin guys, that are afraid of losing some market share. They'll be commenting on this video and saying I'm an idiot. That's fine. Bring the hate, guys. We'll see long term what happens. You guys can focus on price and say XRP is less than $1. Big deal. Hasn't done anything. I'm following the fundamentals because I know the spec market has happened in waves since Bitcoin, came out in 2009, but it's simply a matter of time. And soon we are going to be more utility driven. These 2,000 cryptocurrencies that we see today, a lot of them are, crap, to say it bluntly. And there's a lot of projects I keep my eye on and I'm invested in as well. But I'm telling you, XRP is my long-term hold. It is in my opinion, my guarantee. This is not financial advice. Do not invest because some YouTuber or blog or anyone convinced you. What I'm saying is do your research. I don't care if you do, an entire month of research or a year of research, but do your true research and actually come to a decision yourself. Don't think for yourself. I'm just sharing the news. Of course, I'm biased. You can call me an XRP maximalist, but as XRP_Anderson on Twitter has coined the term, I'm calling myself an XRP fundamentalist. Again, I am not invested in Bitcoin and telling everyone it's going to be the world currency. It's not realistic. I'm not replacing banks anytime soon. I think that blockchain, the underlying technology, is going to revolutionize the world. That is why I am so hyped. There's so many random questions and rude comments down below, and I just don't have time to answer them. So, send me a direct message on Twitter. That's the only way I'll usually answer if I see it. And I'll always do my best, and I'll cover the topics you guys want to see. But guys, I just don't get it. Like whether XRP goes down to, 20 cents or it goes down to or goes up to $10. Like, I don't care. I'm holding because I see this as a long-term, undervalued, very undervalued investment right now. And that's what I'm doing. So, not financial advice. Everyone create your own exit plans, decide what's right for you, even if it's, $20 a week or whatever. Do it, do what you can do and go to sleep at night. But I mean, just follow the actual partnerships. Go to Ripple's website, look at each of their partners, look at who's actually using XRapid, look who's only a RippleNet partner, look what they're doing, look at the regulations in each individual country. You can watch where the actual industry verticals are going. You can see way beyond just, Ripple. You can see the XRP ecosystem in terms of Coil, R3, SBI, and see what they're doing. We have multiple groups having a vested interest to expand this ecosystem, and we're really trying to encourage gaming developers, the music industry, and people to develop on the XRP ledger as well. So the future is bright, and I know the prices are low, but I'm telling you, I'm still scooping up as much as I can, and I might not have the funds to do that, but, I do when I can. So with that, guys, hope you enjoyed, and have an awesome weekend. Thanks.